Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is 13 Halloween movies to watch this Halloween that will unnerve you. Let's get right into it. Number 13, Basket Case. If you know, you know. This movie features a young man who carries a large basket around with him. Inside it is his hideously deformed Siamese twin. The two brothers seek revenge on the doctors who separated them. Basket Case unnerved me a lot when I seen this movie. Um, this was from 1982. I graduated that year, so I was still a teenager. I believe I watched this movie at my friend Kim's house. Um, she had her oldest son. I believe she was pregnant with her middle son. No, maybe not. No, 82. No, no, she had her oldest son. And we watched this movie. And I'm telling you, it unnerved me. There's a particular scene in there where the deformed, ugly looking twin is sniffing a woman's underwear, and it really, yeah, like grossed me out. Um, I used to look over my shoulder when I would go to sleep, like just, I don't know why. That movie did have a unnerving effect on me. Definitely fits in the category of 80s um, horror slash almost comedy kind of movies. The 80s were unique in that they could take a horror movie and actually have laughable parts in it that you couldn't help but like, laugh at. And Basket Case was one of them, but still. That ugly looking deformed twin, yeah, I couldn't get that creepy thing out of my head for a while. Number 12, Sleepaway Camp. That was from 1983. Sleepaway Camp was definitely an interesting slasher movie. Um, Very odd in its storyline at first. Um, Sleepaway Camp, the first movie, is known for its horrific ending. Let's see. Sleepaway Camp. Angela Baker lost her parents to a horrible boating accident, and she was living with her aunt, who, by the way, is very weird, and her cousin Ricky. So they are sent to summer camp where she is bullied and harassed by both campers and staff. Soon murders start occurring, targeting those who mistreat Angela. And the the first time I watched this movie years ago, I didn't quite get, even after the horrific ending, I didn't quite get the whole story behind the story with Angela. Second time I watched it, especially with the fact that the aunt is a doctor, um, then I got the gist of it and little clues throughout the movie, and then the horrific ending, and it dawned on me why Angela was so odd. Again, this is a movie from 83, and for any folks that are in my age bracket and probably seen this movie, if you know, you know. Number 11, Slumber Party Massacre. Let me start by saying that the first Slumber Party Massacre movie was okay. It was 2 and 3 that I really, really liked, better than the first one. And the reason being the killer all of a sudden goes from looking really gross to looking like a Prince clone, dancing around in purple clothing and high heel boots and sporting a really beautiful guitar, which just happens to have a drill on the end of it. Definitely they, played on the whole popularity of Prince at that time, with these movies. So, yeah. But anywho, to understand the second and third movie, you do have to watch the first movie. But like I said, the killer in the first movie wasn't anything special. He was gross. But in the second and third, definitely they made him very sexy and playing guitar and looking just like Prince. And oh boy. Um, so there are definitely reasons for that. Like I said, Prince was extremely popular in the 80s, and they really milked that for all it was worth. Number 10, Poltergeist, 1982, year I graduated. The Freeling family are stalked, terrorized by a group of ghosts, led by a demon known as the Beast, that are attracted to the youngest daughter, Carol Ann. I think all of the Poltergeist movies were absolutely amazing. And definitely, like, one is not better than the other. I think each subsequent movie um, really, like, followed through on the previous movie. And so I recommend all the Poltergeist movies. They were really well done. And I think they were all really good. Now, with the Poltergeist movies is what's called, in some circles, the Poltergeist curse. There are 4 members of the cast who died during and after filming this series. And let's see, Heather O'Rourke, that beautiful little girl with the long white blonde hair. They're here. She passed away in 1988 during surgery to correct a bowel obstruction. That was very, very sad. I remember hearing that actually on radio, on the news about that. Dominique Dunn. This was another sad, sad story. She played the older sister, Dana Freeling. She separated from her partner, John Sweeney, in '82. He tried to reconcile with her later that year. I believe it was in November. She refused. He choked her unconscious and left her to die in her Hollywood driveway. It was really, really sad. Julian Beck, who played the evil preacher Cain in Poltergeist 2, passed away from stomach cancer. And Will Sampson, the Native American who played Taylor, he was the shaman character. He died after undergoing a heart-lung transplant. Alien, 1979. The movie follows a crew of a commercial spaceship who investigate a derelict spaceship and encounter a deadly extraterrestrial creature. Now, if you remember Alien, you know that the creature likes to attach itself to your face and pump something into your body. And hours later, a hideous creature, octopus looking, will burst extremely painfully and bloodily. Gorily, I guess I should say, not bloodily, that's not a word. Said creature will gorily, that's probably not a word either. Okay, said creature will horrifically burst through your chest, killing you, certainly, and run off and grow and reproduce again with the human that way. Yeah. Sigourney Weaver was amazing in the Alien movie. She really was. And I really honestly didn't think when Alien came out, I didn't really think Sigourney Weaver would be good in that particular movie. I don't know why, I just didn't. And so I was pleasantly surprised to find out that Ripley, her character was very relevant in the Alien movies, and she was quite well in them movies. Number 8, a movie that unnerved me. Every single time I tried to watch it, it unnerved me and really creeped me out. And that doesn't happen very often. Event Horizon, 1997. It's a sci-fi horror film set in 2047. A crew of astronauts is sent on a rescue mission after a missing spaceship, the Event Horizon, spontaneously appears in orbit around Neptune. However, they discover that a sinister force has come back with it. The spaceship disappeared 7 years earlier during its maiden voyage, and its return brings more mystery and terror. Yeah, that movie just unnerved me. I can't pinpoint any specific thing about the movie itself, just that after having watched it several times, that movie and the story behind it as a whole just really, really unnerved me. And like I said, that doesn't happen very often. Number 7, The Fog. And this time I am talking about the 1980 and 2005 version of The Fog. Both movies were amazing. I could watch them over and over. I definitely think the 2005 movie did the 1980 version justice. It really did. I enjoyed both of them. And I can watch either version. I like them both. So this is a horror film where, let's see, a thick fog full of vengeful spirits haunts a prosperous island. I believe it's off the coast of Oregon. While townspeople are fighting for their lives, they learn the horrible truth of their historic town, which involves a ship carrying lepers that sank 100 years earlier, leading to the return of long-dead mariners seeking revenge. Number 6, The Mist, 2007. After a powerful storm damages their main home, David Drayton and his son head to town to get food and supplies. Soon after, a thick fog envelops the town and surrounds the supermarket where him and his son are. It is terrifying because there's deadly creatures who make their presence known outside. But inside, there's a religious zealot who calls for a sacrifice. So, The Mist is another good movie. Definitely has a twist ending, which is so sad. So sad. And some of these creatures that reveal themselves in the movie almost remind me of prehistoric creatures like a pterodactyl-looking creature, big bug-looking creatures. Kind of hints at something going on with the military that is by the town, because there are military men trapped in the supermarket with the Drayton family. So The Mist is a really good movie. Number 5, The Exorcist. Number 5, 1973. A young girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, leading her mother to seek the help of 2 Catholic priests to save her life. I was not allowed to watch The Exorcist. I could not go to the movie theaters with my mother to see it. And in 73, I was, let's see. Okay, that glitched out for a moment. 73, I was 9 years old. So understandable. The movie is disturbing and quite relevant that, yeah, a 9-year-old should not be watching it. However, I got to see The Exorcist for the first time, I think again at my friend Kim's house, on VHS. And that movie was crazy. To my teenage mind, that movie was insane. And I love Linda Blair. Um, but that movie was crazy. It was insane. It didn't scare me. I just thought it was absolutely crazy. Um, like, yeah, like, my God. Um, I think as a teenager, I didn't really believe in demonic possession and things like that, and pretty much thought that it was just a um, form of a mental health issue. Number four and number three are more psychological horror movies. Number four is Dee Snider's Strangeland. Dee Snider was the frontman of Twisted Sister. I believe the band is broken up, but Dee Snider still performs. Um, Dee Snider is actually nothing like you would expect him to be. He is extremely intelligent. He is extremely talented, and he um, created Strangeland. I don't know what his vision or purpose for the movie actually was, but the movie was truly horrifying. And he also touched on, I don't know whether purposely or indirectly, on the topic of child abduction and torture, um, with a fictional character. But nonetheless, Strangeland is a horrifying movie. Um, a pierced and tattooed sadist, going by the name Captain Howdy, trolls the internet looking for naive victims that he can lure back to his home to torture and defile. When he is caught after torturing and kidnapping a police detective's daughter, he is deemed insane and placed in an asylum. However, not long after, he is deemed sane and released, seemingly better. But after people try to kill him in his home, um, almost a scene from Nightmare on Elm Street, where Freddy, when he is human, is trapped and killed. Well, it's a similar scene. Captain Howdy is in his home, and his home is being windows broken. It's being, um, attacked by all these people in the neighborhood and parents of kids who were victims. And so he reverts back to his sinister, sinister self. Robert Englund is in this movie. He just plays an average person. No Freddy, no connection to Freddy, nothing with Freddy in this movie. His character is rather goofy, actually, and he plays it quite well. Strangeland is a horrifying movie, though, in that it shows the young girls and boys that the person on the other end of the keyboard may not be someone your age, it may not be someone who will be a friend. Um, and especially nowadays with human trafficking being so prevalent and so common, I truly believe, oh, that was feisty. I truly believe that 12, 13-year-old girls should watch Strangeland so they can actually see that sometimes that hot boy you're talking to is not a hot boy. It's a sick middle-aged man who does not want to hang with you. He might want to hang you. Number 3, Megan is Missing. That movie is from 2011. As I said, that's a psychological horror movie. It revolves around the days leading up to the disappearance of a popular high school student named Megan Stewart from North Hollywood. She decided to meet up with a boy she was interacting with online, and the movie also touches on the subsequent investigation launched by her best friend, Amy Herman. Amy herself goes missing. And the ending of this movie is unnerving, very unnerving. Number 2, Trick or Treat, 1986. Not to be confused with the 2007 movie Trick or Treat. Difference being the movie from 2007 does not have the word or in the middle, it just has the R. Trick or Treat versus 1986 Trick or Treat. Now, I love this movie back in the day, and I also love the soundtrack. A band named Fastway was popular for a while, and they pretty much did most of the music on that soundtrack that went with the movie. And so that was a really cool movie. I believe I actually went to a drive-in with friends of mine to see this particular movie back in the day. I graduated in 82. I was 17. So I want to say, yeah, 21. Being legal, or close to being legal. Whoops. Not quite. I wouldn't have been legal till December. My bad. I went to a drive-in with friends of mine, and we went to see it. And we did have alcohol, and we did jam out to said movie. But this was definitely a cool Halloween movie. So for any of my older, former metalhead, heavy metal folks out there, odds are good you've seen this movie or at least heard probably some of the music from it. Trick or Treat is focused on a teenage boy who's bullied a lot. His name is Eddie Weinbauer. He is a 80s metalhead teenager. Okay, I don't know why. My laptop. Oh, my battery is low. Oh, okay. Let me plug my charger in here a moment. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, it's not plugged in the outlet. Give me 1 second. Be right back. I have to plug the charger in for this. Oh my gosh. Where is the plug? Here's the plug. Oh boy. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Didn't mean like show my butt or anything. Okay, as I was saying, Eddie Weinbauer, a 80s metalhead teenager. He is bullied a lot at school, and he looks to his heavy metal superstar, Sammy Kerr. When Sammy dies in a hotel fire, I believe it was, somehow Eddie becomes the recipient of the only copy of Kerr's unreleased album, which, when played backwards, how could it not? It would have to play backwards. Brings Sammy Kerr back to life. After constant humiliation and a near drowning, Eddie becomes enraged and vows revenge on all who have wronged him. It was kind of a comedy horror movie. Number 1, Bram Stoker's Dracula. I love any Dracula movies. I love vampires. I love werewolves. I love witches. Pretty much anything spooky and ooky, I love it. And Bram Stoker's Dracula, I thought, was such a well done movie. Had its sad moments, its terrifying moments, and it had its beautiful moments in that a man living for God knows how long. I don't think it really states how long he was alive, looking for his long lost love. Just a really all around well done movie, and one that I'm probably actually going to watch Halloween. Um, because I really enjoyed it. It was a well done movie. All right, guys, that is all 13 of my movies to watch this Halloween that will unnerve you. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you aren't. Take care. I will see you all soon on my next one. Bye for now.